Tension may be brewing behind the red curtain at Ferrari, where Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc have emerged with clashing views on the team's latest upgrade. While Hamilton praised the rear suspension changes tested at Mugello, Leclerc was far less convinced. With Ferrari's all-star pairing pulling in opposite directions, what should we expect to see from them this Sunday? Lewis Hamilton is beginning to make his presence felt at Ferrari, with signs that he's starting to put his foot down after a lukewarm debut with the Italian powerhouse. That's the view of 1997 Formula One world champion Jacques Villeneuve, who says recent performances suggest Hamilton is finally steering things in the right direction. Speaking to the media, he said, "Lewis is slowly but surely putting his foot down, making this his team. That is very important for what's coming next. He's getting in a more comfortable place for himself. He has a lot of experience. He knows what it takes, and he's biding his time. It was tough and he hasn't collapsed, so that's good. He's always been a very emotional driver, but it seems that he's past the deep wave, so he might be on the up wave right now." Meanwhile, a wave of cautious optimism is said to be rolling through the Ferrari garage after a promising test of a new rear suspension system at their home turf in Mugello. According to Formula One web magazine Italia, the Scuderia may finally be gaining traction as they work to turn around a 2025 season that so far hasn't lived up to expectations. As part of their preparations for this weekend's Belgian Grand Prix, Ferrari utilized a permitted 200-kilometer filming day at Mugello to quietly debut the SF25's new rear suspension setup. The test kicked off with reserve driver Antonio Giovinazzi logging a pair of data-gathering laps in the baseline SF25 on Wednesday. Then came the main event on Thursday. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc got behind the wheel of the upgraded SF25, putting Ferrari's latest engineering tweaks through their first on-track trial. Getting this rear suspension upgrade to click at Spa could make or break Ferrari's 2025 campaign. It's their final major technical development of the season, and it's designed to tackle one of the SF25's biggest weaknesses: its unpredictable response to sudden drops in aerodynamic load. Following the shakedown, the mood in Maranello is said to be cautiously optimistic. The team is hopeful the revised suspension will finally solve the persistent ride height and stability gremlins that have limited their performance all season. If the upgrade delivers as intended, it could open up a range of new setup possibilities just in time for the critical second half of the championship. But it seems that it's not all sunshine and rainbows inside the garage right now. According to reports from sources close to the team, Ferrari's drivers have differing views on the impact of the upgrade. Leclerc reportedly left Mugello unconvinced, saying the change didn't feel like a significant improvement in handling. Hamilton, on the other hand, was said to be quite happy with the results after testing the revised SF25. Yet despite Ferrari's drivers not seeing eye to eye on the upgrades, Charles Leclerc admits his perspective has shifted dramatically since Lewis Hamilton joined the Ferrari ranks from Mercedes. Having risen through the Ferrari Driver Academy and driven exclusively for the Maranello outfit since his 2019 debut, Leclerc was well acquainted with the team's inner workings. But now, paired with the sport's only active 7-time champion, he's getting a fresh and eye-opening take on things. According to Leclerc, Hamilton has shared very interesting insights into how Ferrari stacks up against his former team, Mercedes. Hamilton's resume speaks for itself. Over 12 seasons with Mercedes, he captured 6 of his 7 world championships and helped the team dominate with 8 consecutive constructors' titles from 2014 to 2021. That golden era hit turbulence when Formula One's ground effect regulations took over in 2022, prompting Hamilton to shift gears and allegiances in his quest for a record-breaking 8th title. Before the 2024 season even began, Hamilton had already committed to Ferrari for 2025 and beyond. Now, with his first season at Ferrari hitting the halfway mark, Leclerc told The Times that the experience of working alongside F1's most decorated driver has been nothing short of enlightening. It's been very interesting to see the areas where we, Ferrari, were working completely differently compared to a team like Mercedes, which had huge success in the past, said Leclerc. And to compare this way of working, I'm sure that this will help us to do steps forward in the future. There's already been very interesting feedback from Lewis, because for me, the feeling in the car, it's the normality. It opens your mind to different working techniques. So far, the 2025 season has been a frustrating one for Ferrari, with the team still chasing its elusive first win of the campaign. Charles Leclerc has been the bright spot, claiming all four of Ferrari's podium finishes and currently sitting ahead of new teammate Lewis Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship. A personal milestone, if a bittersweet one. After pushing the Constructors' title battle to the very last race in 2024, this year's performance is far from what Leclerc had envisioned. McLaren may have edged Ferrari in Abu Dhabi to clinch last year's crown, but in 2025, they've turned the fight into a rout. At the halfway mark of the season, McLaren has opened up a staggering 238-point lead over Ferrari, an advantage that's beginning to look insurmountable. Leclerc admitted that it hasn't gone as well as what I expected or wanted this season, that's for sure. But we are working hard to try and turn the situation around. The thing is that you end up in a season, 2024, where you are fighting for the Constructors' Championship. And so you start another season hoping to at least start on a similar level. It's not that we didn't do steps forward. I think we did. People around probably did a bigger step. More McLaren than any others, and they've done such a massive step that it is very difficult to beat them now. Red Bull also did a significant step forward. Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur believes Charles Leclerc has a tendency to be a bit too hard on himself, especially in the heat of the moment, like during a tense qualifying session at Silverstone. Leclerc, much like McLaren's Lando Norris, has earned a reputation as one of the most self-critical drivers on the grid. Following the fiery, expletive-filled radio message after placing 6th in qualifying at the British Grand Prix, Vasseur admitted that the team is actively working to help Leclerc go easier on himself. He told media, "For probably 10 years, one of the qualities of Charles is that he's able to blame himself. One of the faults of Charles is sometimes he's blaming himself a bit too much. As a team, I appreciate a lot the fact that the driver can say, okay, my mistake, this is positive, because it's not bringing the team in the wrong direction, and they are human. It's good to have the drivers able to say this." As Hamilton looks to stamp his authority on Maranello and guide the Scuderia into a new era, will Leclerc's self-doubt become the biggest threat to their success? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.